Okay, I think I'm live, guys. Can you just let me know? Can you just let me know in the live chat if you can hear me all right? I'll wait for confirmation from the live chat. So there's two of yous in there. Just let me know if you can hear me, and then I'll play the intro. So I'm just waiting for confirmation. Um, right, there's only one person now in the live chat, so I don't know if you're able to hear what I'm saying or not. I can't do the intro until I know that it can be heard. Do you know what I mean? I'll just sip a bit of beer while I'm waiting for confirmation that you're able to hear me alright. Still no confirmation. Right, I think I might end this broadcast and do another one. Oh, wait a minute. Penny Drop says, yes, I can hear you. I'm going to show that comment. There you go, Penny Drop, you're famous. You're all over the internet now, and people on BitChute later on will be able to see your lovely comment. So there you go. Alright, here we go. I'll play the intro. I try not to laugh in the middle of it because before I came on to the live stream I came down with a case of the giggles. Do you know where you kind of giggle for no reason at all? Does that ever happen to yous? You just start laughing for no real reason? Do you know? I don't think the fact that I smoked a bong earlier on would have anything to do with that. What do you think in the live chat? Anyway, here's the intro, lads. Just try and fix my headset. It's a little bit creaky. Alright. Spittaked he does as he pleases. Sometimes at 5 o'clock in the morning, he'll fire off 15 angry emails to a person that he spoke to once in his life a year ago. And in those 15 ranting and raving emails, Spittaked will accuse the person of all sorts of things. And at the very end of those emails, Spittaked will say that he'll come to the person's door. When you get caught between the moon and New York City, I know it's crazy, but it's true. When you get caught between the moon and New York City, the best that you can do is flag that person's YouTube channel and get them in trouble. Get them in trouble with the cops. That's what you can do. Get them in trouble with the cops. Okay, I'm just gonna do a slightly different take here on the intro. All right, I hope you like this. You got to know how to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. So did you like the intro, lads? It's kind of two songs thrown into one. Um, Back in the 90s, I was a serious DJ, and I once did a Kenny Rogers song, and I kind of mixed it up with the Venga Boys. Do you know the Venga Boys? The bus is coming. The Venga bus is coming. I kind of mixed that up. I mixed that up with a Kenny Rogers song, and the little kiddies on the bouncy castle were going mental when they heard me playing that tune. From the treehouse. So yeah, that was really impressive. Anyway, lads, yeah, I'm going to talk about a few things. We might. Thanks very much, Penny Drops. You said the intro was brilliant. That makes me feel all warm inside, all roly poly. So I'm going to go through a few news items, lads, and if the live chat fills up towards the end, I might accept one or two little phone calls. We'll see how things pan out. So anyway, guys, yeah, Obama, you can probably see in the thumbnail for this video, Obama, he gave a speech. Now, I just want to say first and foremost, that Obama is Irish, Some people say he's not Irish. He is Irish. Sure, you only have to look at him. You only have to look at him to see, that he's Irish. Do you know? Sure, he looks as Irish as Shamey O'Shea. Do you know the red-haired fellow with the freckles who lives in Nina? Do you know in County Tipperary? Do you know he's as Irish as him? So like the people who say he's not Irish, like you obviously don't know what Irish people look like. So like yeah, like back around 2008, like when he was trying to become the president, like I supported him. I was a big fan of his work, a big fan. Like he reminded me a lot of Martin Luther King. Do you know what I mean? Like so, like I really did support him. Like, and when he came to Ireland, I made sure I made sure to get tickets to all the events. Because I really admire his work. Like he's a billionaire today. Like, that's a massive achievement to become the U.S. president. Which is really a small salary compared to a billionaire. And in a few years he became a billionaire. That's how you know he's not corrupt. Do you know what I mean? Like that's how you know he's like he practices what he preaches. Any politician that becomes a billionaire, it'd be like your man over there in Ukraine, Zelensky. Like, do you know, he became a billionaire because people thought he was hilarious in the comedy sketches. Do you know? That's how he became a billionaire. There's nothing corrupt about it, lads. Nothing corrupt about it at all, at all, at all. So yeah, no, that was Obama, like, and like he had a really good slogan when he was going to be the president. Like he was saying, "Yes, we can." Now I don't know what he meant exactly, but it sounded great, didn't it? I thought it sounded great. Now what he was on about, we can do something, but like we don't. He didn't tell us what he could do. He just said, "Yes, we can." Like, do you know what I mean? Like there was nothing really there. Do you know if you kind of look at it, you zoom in you zoom into his slogan, like there was nothing there really, but I still thought it was great because it sounded great. Do you know? Yes, we can. Now, if there's anyone in Ireland who wants to get into politics, you need to catch a slogan like that, like yes, we can. You don't have to explain what it is you're going to do, what you can do. You don't have to explain that because people are fierce stupid. You just have to make up a stupid slogan, and the people will clap like seals. I think is great. Like so, yeah. Penny Drop says, "Yeah, how does that happen?" Yeah, you see, that's it. Like you just have to make a stupid slogan, and people will vote for you. You know. So, and if they don't vote for you, sure, you could rig the election. Do you know what I mean? You can rig the election. So anyway, that's Obama. Yeah, I have to say, like some people say that his wife is a man, and the wife's real name is Michael. But like I don't know, like I don't know about that because like there were people saying that Obama's birth certificate was a fake. It was a forgery, and it turned out that his birth certificate was authentic. Authentic is a fancy way of saying it was real. Just in case you don't know what the word authentic means, it means it was real. So like his birth certificate was real. So like if people are saying that like his wife is really a man, well it probably means his wife is really a woman. It's just people are jealous. They're jealous. They're jealous that that Obama has such a muscular wife. Whose shoulder blades are 4 times as wide as Obama's. Like she's very muscular arms, doesn't she? The wife of Obama. Like I have to say, lads, it's good to have muscular arms, like because you could fall. Like I had a fall there last week, and the day before, you see, I was doing a few press ups. And yeah, next day anyway, I had a fall, and I was able to grab onto a bit of rock with my arms and pull myself up to safety. Now, if I hadn't been doing the press ups the day before, I wouldn't have had the strength to pull myself up. So, like having muscly arms is very good, like because like if Michelle Obama, if she was in Africa, on a safari, like, and a lion came running at her, like, she'd be able to climb up a tree really fast, like, because she's got, really strong arms, like, do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so it's good having muscly arms because you could get into danger and your muscly arms would be able to get you out of trouble. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Do you know what I'm getting at? Muscly arms, like, do your press ups, lads. Do your muscly stuff in the gym because someday, you know, you might think, Asher, there's no lions and tigers in Ireland, and no lions and tigers in England is too cold for them. You're forgetting about the zoo, and you're forgetting that sometimes animals escape from the zoo. So if an animal comes rampaging through your town, and you're out there walking around, you need strong arms to be able to climb up into the trees, and be safe from the wild animals. So, 1 second, I'm just going to get a bit of beer here. That's the boss. That's the boss. That's the boss. So, right, that's Obama. Now, I want to talk about the WEF. Now, some of you are too stupid to know what that means, and I'm going to explain it to you. Going to talk down to you. WEF means World Economic Forum. World Economic Forum. All right. Now, it's where all the big shots are, and it's them that locked us up, and it's them that make stuff up and pretend it's real, and it's them that try to, to make us into slaves. Into slaves. Now, I don't really like them, to be honest with you. I think they're a bunch of snobs. I think your man, what's his name, Schwab, I think he's a bit of an ego. I think they're all sort of egots, right? But I wouldn't know anything about them if it wasn't for, do you know Computing Forever, the YouTuber? He's a bit shorter now. He's still on YouTube. He has another channel, which is a bit queer because usually, when YouTube takes you down, they take down all your channels. But for some reason, they didn't take down all his channels, which is a little bit queer. But anyway, he's over on BitChute, and he's fierce brainy. Like I follow him, and I believe almost everything he tells me. And I sometimes wonder, though, because he seems to know a lot about what the World Economic Forum is up to, and it's almost as if he's a messenger boy for the WEF. Did you ever think of that, lads, that maybe he's working for them? Because all his videos in the last number of years have been about the WEF. They've all been about the WEF. And I just thought that maybe, because I sometimes get a little bit paranoid, get a little bit paranoid when I'm rolling a few joints, at 4 o'clock in the morning, an hour before I fire off a load of nasty emails to people who don't really know me, I do think about things, and I just, that kind of came into my head. I got a little bit paranoid. I said, how come he's always, as soon as the WEF issues a report, he makes a video about it, and he said, 100,000 people will have watched his video, maybe more, maybe 1 million, because it'll be shared across different platforms. And he's more or less getting the masses used to the WEF messages. It's almost as if he's some sort of pressure valve, that that kind of gets people used to the idea, because the WEF, a lot of the time they're just floating ideas, but you need a messenger boy to test it with the masses, and I just wondered, was he a messenger boy for the WEF? But I don't think he is, lads. No, I don't think he is. I'm going to say this now because I know a lot of you will start contacting him, asking him, and you will point the finger at SPATIQUED for putting that out there. So no, I don't think so. I'm just throwing it out there, right? It's a conspiracy theory I'm throwing out there. Is Computing Forever working for the WEF? Is he mates with your man Schwab and Bill Gates? Is he mates with them? So anyway, that's the World Economic Forum. What's next on my list? Lockdowns. All right, lockdowns. So the lockdowns, I didn't. You won't believe this, but it was a month into the lockdowns before I realised that there were lockdowns. You wouldn't believe that, would you? Because I hardly ever leave my bedroom, and I hadn't left it in weeks. And I went out anyway. I had to meet a guy for a package, 5 miles outside the town, and the police came and said we had to go back home. That there was a lockdown. Did we not know there was a lockdown on? And I said, "Be Jesus, I didn't." But thanks for telling me, because I'm terrified of this virus. And I ran back to my bedroom, and I locked myself in. I closed the windows, and I sealed the window with sellotape because I was terrified that I could get the virus. Do you know? Absolutely terrified. Were you terrified of the virus, lads? Were you terrified? It only took me about 4 months to realise that something was fishy. Something fishy was going on. You know. Now what I did was, right. Do you know, like, what I did was I watched Computing Forever, right, and there was another guy, another Irish guy, a kind of journalist, and they were all terrified of the virus. And I thought to myself, well, they're the brainy Irish social media people, so I should agree with them. So I made videos, and I told all my subscribers, I said, lads, be very careful. This is a very deadly virus. You know, it could kill half the population of the world. You know, so like, I just more or less copied what the brainy people were saying. That way, people would think I was brainy as well, and they wouldn't think I was stupid. You know what I mean? Like, they wouldn't think I was stupid. So yeah, no, that was grand. But then, like, you know, like 4 months later, give or take, like the journalist guy and Computing Forever, they both suddenly did a U-turn, and they started saying that the lockdowns and the virus and all that, they said it was a load of bollocks. They said it was a load of bollocks, and that we were being taken for a ride. So I very quickly turned on the sixpence with them, because I didn't want to be caught out. If the brainy lads were saying that, then, you know, that's what you have to say. Like, so I went along with that. And then like, about for about 4 months I was doing that. But then, you know, I kind of, the propaganda from the government, it kind of, you know, I kind of seeped through my skin, and I became afraid again of the virus. And that's why I went to a protest in Dublin, and I was wearing a face mask. You might remember, a year into the pandemic, I was at a protest wearing a face mask because I was terrified. I was terrified I'd get the virus. Do you know? Let me just get a sip of beer here. I don't know if you can hear, there's a dog barking outside. What it is, I don't know. Wherever I stream from, there's sure to be a dog barking. Someone's dog suddenly starts barking. I don't know what that's about. Anyway, yeah, that's about the lockdown. So, like, as I say, like, the lockdown wasn't too bad because, you know, most of it was over by the time I realised there was a lockdown on. And sure, what you don't know doesn't really affect you. So it was really only for a little while later that I had to go through the lockdown, which I didn't have to go back out for another month. So, like, truth be told, it didn't really affect me. Do you know, it just meant I couldn't get the package that day. You know, I had to wait till after the lockdown to get the package. So, yeah, that's the lockdowns. Now, what else am I going? All right, I'm going to talk about yeah, I'm going to talk about Keith Woods. Like, yeah, I was, you know, like, yeah, yeah, duh. I was a fan of him. Do you know? I was a fan of him, and you're not going to believe this. Like, my YouTube channel used to be bigger than his YouTube channel, and I was a fan of his, and I was always talking him up. But, like, I was sort of, you know, I noticed that he was starting to go on to lots of different channels, and every time he go onto someone's channel, he get a lot of subscribers. And I kind of saw that he was, you know, he was kind of catching up on my channel. You know, he was slowly but surely getting as many subscribers as me, and now I was constantly refreshing his YouTube channel and my YouTube channel and comparing the subscribers. Do you know? And one day, like, it was like at 5 o'clock on a Thursday evening, I refreshed both pages, and he had more subscribers than me. He had 4 more subscribers than me. And from that moment on, I started to hate his guts. I started to despise him, do you know? Started to despise him. By the way, he's a massive fan, as far as I know, like, I heard it on the grapevine. He's a massive fan of Trader FM. But, do you know, he won't give a shout out to the channel. I don't know what that's about. He loves Trader FM, right? But he won't. Do you know, he won't give it a shout out. It's almost as if, do you know, all his kind of do you know, all his Ivy League friends on social media, it's as if he's ashamed. He's ashamed to give a shout out to Traitor FM because it might seem stupid to his Ivy League people that wear the turtlenecks. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I'm trying to say to you, lads? Keith, you're probably listening to this. I bet you are listening to this. Do you know, you might give a shout out. I'm after giving you a shout out there. Do you know? I'm giving you a shout out, so you give me a shout out back. It's pretty fucking basic stuff, lad. Do you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, Keith Woods. Search Keith Woods in YouTube and you'll find his channel. There now, I've given him a shout out. All right. What else do I want to say? Like, yeah. That was another thing. Like, Keith Woods is another brainy Irish social media guy. And that was one of the reasons I had the relapse and I started fearing the virus again because he didn't really come out saying that the whole thing was a sham, do you know. In fact, he thought it was a good thing, do you know. He thought it was kind of good to see what was going on in China, do you know. He thought that was a positive. So, like, that's one of the reasons I kind of thought maybe the virus is serious, because if Keith Woods is saying it's serious and he's a brain box, but then I listened more to Computing Forever. He's also a brain box. I didn't know which way to go, lads. Do you know what I mean? I was terrified people would think I was an ega. So I was really, really trying to follow all the Telegram comments. And eventually I kind of, more brainy people came through saying it was a sham, scamdemic. And that's when I decided, yeah, no, it is. It is. It's a scam. 1 second, getting a bit more beer here, lads. All right. So yeah, that's lockdowns and Keith Woods. What else do I want to talk about? Oh yeah, mass formation psychosis. Mass formation psychosis. Now, this is pretty serious stuff, lads. I did a bit of research on this. Basically, it means that people will kind of copy each other, and no one wants to stand out. No one wants to stand out. Women are fierce bad for mass formation psychosis. They're fierce bad for it. Groupthink. Women, they don't see. Women don't really want to stick out in society. They want to smile and pretend they're angels. When we men know that every single woman has a kind of exorcist demon deep inside her that's screaming to get out and cause mayhem. That's why in civilizations, like, you have to keep your woman in her place, because if you don't, you know what you get? You get war, and you get a drag queen story hour, and you get bankers getting very rich, and you kind of get no reproduction either, because they start just adopting orphan cats, and to forget about having children. Mo, right? I'm going to put two comments here up on the screen. There's Penny Drop, turtlenecks, LOL. What does LOL mean? What does that mean? I think it means laugh out loud, isn't it? Yeah, laugh out loud. And there's another one here. Let me. Yeah, it's there. Yeah, this channel needs to blow up. Come on, Keith. So that's from MO, and Sonia's in the chat. Sonia, I've put you up there. You have a crown. I presume that's for me. I don't like to brag, like, but I kind of am royalty. Kind of am. So, all right. I'm almost finished this. I'm almost finished this stream, lads. It's kind of longer than yesterday. Yesterday, the people in the live chat were fucking useless. Absolutely useless. You might as well have been trying to get blood out of a stone. I was there trying to chat to them and get them to talk to me, but they were all just being quiet, like, So, I'm getting back anyway to the last part, the mass formation psychosis. So, like, yeah, generally, like I was saying, women are really bad for it. Like do you know where I am? Like it's only a few days ago that you didn't have to wear a mask anymore in the supermarket and on the train. Do you know? And I was in the supermarket there 2 days ago, and all the male staff, the cashiers and the people who stacked the shelves, like, all the men weren't wearing masks, but all the women were still wearing masks, So that tells me that women are fierce. They're fierce stupid, you know. They're kind of, it's almost, lads, it's almost as if women have no mind of their own, that they're kind of like machines that anyone can program, You can kind of program a woman to get angry about Ahan. Do you know what I mean? Like, you could program her to get angry about dogs, and you could tell her that dogs are dirty animals and you have to kill all dogs, and like women will go out with knives and kill all the dogs, like. But then you could equally tell them that, you could then tell them that dogs are lovely and all dogs need to be rescued, and then the women will go out. If you put that on the telly, that all dogs need to be rescued, and you play some sad music, like all the women will go out and try and adopt a dog, to save the dog, And if you said to a woman that dogs were dirty and they had to be killed, plus dogs had to be rescued, um, the woman would just stand there, and then eventually she'd pull out all her hair follicles from her scalp and she'd scream up at the moon, and she'd just go mental, like she'd break down, because she wouldn't know what to do. She wouldn't know what would be socially acceptable, to kill all the dogs or to save all the dogs. Do you know what I'm saying, lads? Do you get what I'm talking about? All right. Let me go through a few chats here. We're almost finished with the stream. So, Penny Drop says always pathologizing behavior. We have another one here from Mo. I feel so special, and Mo has another one. I got to catch a spoofer Ravenberg episode live. Yeah, there probably won't be another one of him for a while. Like, I don't even know if I have StreamYards tomorrow, because it was only supposed to be free for a week, and tomorrow will be the week, so there might not be any more. There might not be any more live streams. Plus, like, when Spoofer Ravenberg, it's kind of difficult because the voice actor that does Spoofer Ravenberg, he has to pinch his nose as he's speaking, So, like, after 10 minutes, the voice actor's kind of running out of oxygen in the studio, in the booth, in the booth. So, all right, Sonia says, of course, it's for you. Okay, that must be the crown. Take care and stay thirsty, traitors. And we have John here. John says, come on, see Morris special, LOL. Right, I don't know who he is. So you'd have to give me some information. I don't know who he is. And finally, we have just an emoticon from MO. It's kind of a deranged emoticon. I hope that face isn't supposed to represent me, MO. Because if it is, you're going to, I'm going to ban you from the channel. I'm going to ban you from the channel. I hope you're not trying to imitate me. So, all right, I think that's it, lads. We've gone through everything. We've gone through Obama, as Irish as Shamey O'Shea from Nina County Tipperary with the red hair and the freckles. We've gone through the WEF, and I explained to you in detail that stands for World Economic Forum. We spoke about the lockdowns. I told you how, I didn't realise there was a lockdown on for the first month because I didn't go outside my door, We spoke about Keith Woods, we spoke about him, and he'll no doubt have watched this, and don't know, he might be impressed, he might not be impressed, he might give a shout out, or he might be afraid that his Ivy League intellectual people might think he's stupid for promoting a stupid channel, So, like, the pressure's on him, lads. The ball's in his court, We also spoke about mass formation psychosis. So that's about it. I don't have more to say. Thank you, John McTiernan, for coming in. Thank you, Emma. Thank you. Who else? Sonia was here, and who else was here? Penny Drop was here as well, and I think that was all the people that had the cojones, lads, had the cojones to come into the live chat and speak with a very important social media influencer called SPATIQUED. So I could do an outro now. Is there any song you'd like me to sing? The first person, if it's a song I'm able to sing, I'll give you a bar of the song as the outro. If not, we'll do Kenny Rogers again. So I'll just give you a second to let me know. Okay, I'm going to definitely put this comment up. So, you know, I'm amazing, lads. I'm amazing. And that means you should like this video, lads. You should also share it, like, because nobody's sharing the video, you know. Kind of goes down the memory hole. So you share the videos. All right, there are no song requests coming in, so I'm just going to leave you with O Road Shidavaha Welya. Okay, guys. O Road Shidavaha Welya. O Road Shidavaha Welya. 1 second, I just need a bit of beer here. That's the bass. That's the bass. That's the bass. Where was I? All right, yeah. Oh, well, yeah. And this year hooked on Taurig.